Good afternoon, everybody. What a full house. So thank you very much for every one of you who came to see us today and hear our presentation. So first of all, very sincere thanks to every one of you. When you think of banking as such, you see there are customers who are somewhere below the pyramid, above the pyramid, in the lower income, in higher income, etc. People find differentiated services at different levels. So in today's conversation, we are talking about how we can create premium banking and make it accessible to down the pyramid. That is the combination we're talking about today. But if you see this concept of having premium services and economy or not so premium services is very common across industries. See, for example, if you see hotels, the 5-star hotels, they're budget hotels. You can see that. When you see hospitals, you find hospitals which are really well taken care of, spacious. You find general wards. This is the way every industry is working. If you see high-end schools, look at the facilities they have. They have laptops. They have Wi-Fi connections, and they have professors teaching extra. They can take offline tutorials. They can do all that stuff. But if you see a village school or you find the ecosystem, they barely get by. If you see multiplex screens, this is the kind of experience they get. If you see local cinemas, people just have that kind of a relatively lower experience. You got premium coaches, you got general coaches, you find business class, you find economy, you find this stuff playing out everywhere. You see similarly, you see premium banking, you see mass banking. So this philosophy of having differentiating between customers is common. And why is it common? Because services are usually, in most of these, are serviced or are being rendered by humans and supports and relationship managers. They all cost money. Which is why a bank will usually tell you that if you have 30 lakhs with us or 40 lakhs with us, we'll give a relationship manager. Somebody's keeping 10,000 rupees with them, 20,000 rupees, there's no relationship manager. Now, the fact is that people who have such a relationship management and have the support of the system, they end up having access to better advice in terms of investments to make, and people down the pyramid keeping 15, 20,000, 5 lakh, maybe 40, 50,000 rupees with them, that's also money. If you think about the life of the common people, maybe for your life and my life, depending on the income levels we are, maybe 40, 50 lakhs is wealth. But think of a person who's earning maybe 10,000 rupees a month, 20,000 rupees a month. For that person, even 10,000 rupees is wealth. If you ask for a rickshaw puller for that person, even 1,000 rupees is wealth. May not be for you. So wealth is, that feeling of wealth is depending on what their income is and what their ownerships are. So we are here pointing out, saying that can premium banking be universally accessible is the theme of this whole presentation. Now, we say yes, and today's concept we're going to show you how. So I'm going to show a live demo for you. So if I got to see in this example, the balance. So supposing in this case, you get to see the balance, say 0.6 lakhs, and then we got to see payments. And I say that, we say pay to mobile to somebody. And we say that, supposing you pay somebody as 1,000 rupees, and we say done, and we say done, and you can say done. So it's as easy as using the UPI to make it happen. Now similarly, I got to pay somebody through a bank account to somebody else. Like for example, I can see here Guitar Sir. So I want to choose to pay my Guitar Sir, and for some reason, suppose I want to pay say 5,000 rupees to him, and I say done, and I say pay. So payment successful. It just goes that fast. You got to say, suppose I have a credit card at the bank. I have a credit card at the bank, and which I can see on the reel here, and owe the bank say 4,000 rupees. We say pay bill, and I say total amount pay, and I say pay. It's paid. It's paid. And then you come and say that, you can see that in that fraction of a second, the system has gone, debited my bank account, taken the 4,000 rupees, put that money in the credit card system, reconciled it, and gave me back to my interface screen or the experience screen that only 0 is outstanding today. You come down from there, and then you go back to your savings proposition or the home proposition, and then we say, customer suppose not take a loan. Now, for customers who have, based on the transaction record, suppose we categorized the customer, and we said we've enabled this customer with a loan amount of 7.5 lakh rupees. We drag and drop it, and then say that, okay, this customer chooses, I want to pay 4.99 lakhs. As on the fly, the customer can see what is the EMI for this transaction. And what we do is that we allow customers to take even a 2-month repayment. And the interest rate is shown here in the right in the corner below 4.99. You can see that it's 12% per annum. And then we say, when do you want to pay? Say that customer chooses to pay customer choose the date they want to pay on they want to pay on the 3rd of every month, or 4th of every month. And they proceed, I don't want to take a loan. I'm not statutorily permitted, so I'm not taking it. But I'm just going to tell you that you can be taking a loan. Then you come down from there and say, wealth management, that this is crucial. Why I say it's crucial is that in wealth management, one of the most commonly needed solutions is investment. People have some money, maybe 10, 20, 30,000 rupees. Now, if you're well off in the upper end of the pyramid, you basically get to see that by the way, we all agree mutual funds are here, there's a campaign running. We all agree also, it's a great thing. But there are 1,500, 2,000 funds. Which mutual funds are here? How do you know? If you are a well-off person, you'll find RM coming and telling you and helping you change from time to time. But what if you're earning 40,000 rupees? By the way, just to show you that, I'm not passing judgments on anybody rich and poor. I've been poor, I've been middle class, I've been upper middle class, I've been rich, I've been everything. So don't get me wrong. It's not that I'm passing judgments on people. But I'm just trying to tell you that the people at the lower end of pyramid do not get the advice. When they don't get the advice, they stay poor. While the person who's well off gets the advice and gets richer. So this issue about who gets advice and who gets richer, the rich versus poor, is only increasing, which is a real issue for society, as we know. So let's talk about how to give the facility to the poor or to the people who's keeping 10,000 rupee balance with us. What do we do? So here it goes. So you say that, I just hope this chair is not disturbing you from watching the screen. And can someone remove the chairs, please? So you can see here that this customer wants to invest in, say, mutual funds. So you can see flash, you can see equity mutual funds, debt mutual fund, tax, hybrid, index, everything here. Now this customer says, okay, I want to take an equity mutual fund. An equity mutual fund, our bank has gone into every single fund, identified which are the companies held inside that fund, and went to those companies. Suppose somebody is holding Maruti. Then we go and find out from well-known public research houses, well-known analysts, like well-known names, global names. And then we say, what is the one-year price target of that particular company? Just because a company has done well for 30 years doesn't mean it'll do well for the next 1 year. We go and find the price. Then, depending on how much of that stock is held in that fund, we index it back for value 1 year forward. Not by our research, but public research done by well-known firms. Then we do that for every company inside that fund. And then we get an estimation what the fund will perform 1 year from now. Then we sort the funds. Then we find a list of maybe 5. So customer, you tell me how is a person earning 20,000 rupees do this? It's impossible. Just you don't have the data. So we do that for you and we give this to you like this. And this is how this works. So supposing this customer in this case wanted to say make an investment in Mirai investment, which is one of the recommended funds by a bank. And then the customer wants to see, okay, what makes it a top fund? Then we say, what is the 1 year return on the fund? What is 3 year return on the fund? What is 5 year return on the fund? Then from there we say, okay, what is the market cap of the companies held in this fund? What are the companies held inside that particular fund? So in this case, these are the names that are held by the fund. And then we say, okay, we want to invest now. And then supposing in this case, I want to say invest 10,000 rupees. And I say that, start the SIP. And we say, place the order. And then we say, you get the OTP, I verify. It's done. So, think about it. You do the research, you make it, feed it, give a fantastic journey, customer presses the button, consumes it. So there's value, there's solution. This is not getting information. Information account balance is this, that's information. Or to say that you should invest in mutual funds, that's gyan, Babaji ka gyan. Yeah, help. But to tell you that this is where you should do and this is our journey, that's value. Now, I can tell you that the so that's value, and then that's straight. We come from here, and then we say that supposing someone wants to recharge in bills, you can pay your bills, you can pay mobile, electricity, credit card, FASTag, everything. You want to travel, you can book a flight, and then you can say that this is the flights you want to book, and you get your search buttons, and you come from there, and then you do customer service. This is a very key feature, because we found customers calling a call center. Why call a call center? Because you could come here, click the button customer service, and then all the features are lying here, and then you click on this, and then you say that, I want to download an account statement for, say, 3 months, and I say, download it, and it'll be downloaded. So through this process, you basically get this information, you can see it there, and then it'll download, and the rest of the process will take over. So there it is. You can see the statement. So now it's... So I'm just going to finish this conversation to you, just in the interest of time, that we then move it forward from there, and supposing this customer says, okay, I want to then, let me say, in my case, for example, we give rewards points. You can see this item called relationship team. You can see my relationship manager out there. You can see my relationship manager whom I can send a WhatsApp right now and say, hey, Hitesh, call me, and probably Hitesh will call me. And we also describe his boss. So if Hitesh doesn't call me, I can call his boss and say, hey, I need support. So I can click here, I can say, this WhatsApp, and say, start this WhatsApp process, and then say, hey, Hitesh, can you please call me? So on and so forth, and you press the button, and you're done with Hitesh's call, then RM will call you back whenever the person is free, hopefully soon. So you have relationship team, I showed you customer service, this is super important. You get reward points. Oftentimes, organizations try to figure out, I gave a reward point, but I want to put enough obstacle in the process that you don't redeem it. We call ourselves customer first bank. When it's a customer first bank, we actually want to make it easy for you to redeem it. You have the reward points. In this case, I have 63,000 points. If I really wanted it, I could clutch flights. In the flights, I can say, show me the flights flying from Bombay to Mumbai. You click that here. And you see all the flights, and I say, okay, I want to fly from wherever. Let me just pick it up, say, book now. And, you press the button, and then you pay. So again, the proposition works where it's completely integrated. Now, so the reason, and so on. So like that, in summary, therefore, you got payments. You got payments, savings accounts, credit cards, loans, wealth management. This is, by the way, wealth management for all. Wealth management, that's what is the main thing. It's not wealth management for the rich. We recognize that even 1,000 rupees is wealth. And therefore, even for people keeping 5,000 rupee account balances with the bank, in rural India, we allow people to keep balance with us for 5,000 rupees of minimum balance, and we charge no fees, no IMPS, no RTGS, no cash deposit charges, no cash withdrawal charges, no limits on ATM. There are 28 to 30 such services all charged. We give it free, even for rural market, even for people keeping 5,000 rupees, and to them, this premium experience. What is premium? Premium is the ambience and the experience that you saw here, and premium is the content you provide. You go to a 5-star hotel, you get the experience. You also get the food that's coming from a good, well, hygienic kitchen. The interesting thing, and this is super important to know, that we picked up a particular mutual fund based on risk profile. Now, the kitchen is the same. If you go to the top of the pyramid, one RM is taking at you. If you come to the bottom of the pyramid, the bot is taking you. The digital is taking you. But the kitchen is the same. And that makes all the difference, because you're getting high quality content for across the pyramid, high quality content, well-researched content, which that person in the lifetime has no chance of being able to get on their own. Okay? So therefore, just to conclude this part of the demo, I just want to conclude by saying this is financial planning. We'll talk about it a little later. Supposing this customer wants to say, I want to retire. And I want to retire, say, in August 28, in this example of a person, you say that, for example, somebody wanted to retire, say, with 2 crore rupees. in this example. And they say, system will tell you by inflation indexing, you need 2.64 crores. You didn't know the number, we are telling you. Then we say that we are also telling you that you need to be investing 4.5 lakhs every month today to be getting 2.7 crores at that point of time. You didn't know, we're telling you. After that, we say, okay, what do you do? So we say, okay, get investment options. Combination of debt and equity depending on the risk profile. We haven't talked about risk profile, but I'll demo that if you have time. So you do that, and then you say that we are telling you that every month we will debit an account for 4.5 lakhs in this example, and we will invest them in these funds, and the next 4.5 lakhs. Similarly, you can buy a car. And then you say, look, if I want to buy a car, I want to buy a sedan, and then, it goes on. So let me just come back to conclude. That was, as I told you about insurance. We haven't talked about it, but I'll tell you very quickly to say that you can come here, you can drag and drop how much insurance cover you want, you can drag and drop how much, age you want the cover to, and then you can say, show me your insurance options. In this case, it is selected only one. If there were more of them willing the same program, it could have given it to you, and then you can select what you want to take. And then I told you about recharges, I told you about travel, I told you about customer service, and then, and so on. So let me just sign off from here. Kunal, if you can help me put this back here. So thank you very much for staying with the demo and for all the technology team. And thanks for all the people who put the app together. I'm really incredibly thankful to everybody from our organization, Ashish and Pradeep and everybody who put, so thanks very much. And for all the technology team who made this happen, very, very big word of thanks. And now here we back here on the screen. So I want to just quickly show this to you that I showed you how you can take an insurance. I did a live demo. And by the way, if there were 2 insurance companies, you could have selected 2 of them. And we call ourselves customer first. What do we really mean by customer first? You can see here something interesting. For the same premium, insurance cover, 2 people are giving you different premiums. But we auto-select what is the lowest premium for the customer. Auto-select. And that's important. When you say customer first, we're meaning this in practice. We do that, and then I showed you about how you can come, you can see your balance, you can redeem your reward points, live, no friction. It's pretty common practice that you have reward points, put some friction in the process so that you don't consume it, and all of us in fintech will know this, such that the actual value of that points is actually lesser. We do the reverse. We actually make it available to you to consume it. Customer first, we really mean it. And then it comes back to part of the process of how we do this. We started this new thing about financial education. This is something new. We just launched it. Frankly, the whole app is new, but this one is particularly important. A lot of people just to tell you, not that I'm any embarrassed about my background or anything like that. My sister, she works in a school in Chennai. She earns, say, 30,000 rupees a month. Now, obviously, for 30,000 rupees a month, financial education will be a little lesser. There is no relationship manager. For such people, genuinely, I can tell you there is no advice. And you get the stuff about how this banking can be taken to the bottom of the pyramid. And by the way, I'm just happy to share with you that what I'm telling you is not fiction. What I'm telling you is not fiction. What I'm telling you is not fiction. We are Google Play rated 4.9 and 4.8 on App Store. And let me tell you something amazing. We are the only Indian bank to feature in the top 15 banking apps. To conclude, what is premium banking? I said before, it is the experience, the look, feel, design, animation, the experience layer, the responsiveness, all that, just the feel, the journeys that makes it fantastic, the customer first proposition that makes it fantastic, the research that makes it fantastic. You bring them all together across the pyramid, and hence the banking which is earlier available, let me say, at the top of the pyramid can be made accessible below the pyramid. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for being here with us. Shraddha, over to you.
When we think of premium in a very fancy place like this, just to have the vision that premium should be available to everyone requires compassionate capitalism, and it requires thinking. So big round of applause for you, Mr. Vaidyanathan. that you're thinking this. And my very quick next question would be that you said that अब थोड़ा mass question हो जाए. That you said that, you know, I saw one of your interviews, you said, oh, I have a lot of money, I'm a very rich man.
Oh,
now the thing is to think about everyone, like every entrepreneur, you know, there is a purpose, there's a reason and a pain point that they start. How were you so clued in that a premium banking should be available to every Indian, and how did
First of all, I don't claim myself rich or poor or anything like that. I've been, I got to, just to be honest, I've been everything.
Yes.
But let me just say that how we clued on. See, I meet people at all income segments all the time. You know, people from who are gym trainers are my friends. People who play cricket with me in Shivaji Park are my friends. People who are well off are my friends. People in the higher incomes, they're all my friends. And I see people, you know, among all of them, I really feel for the people who are poor. I really feel, because I feel the other people are getting poorer. Because I gave the example, they don't get advice. They get, you know, they keep the money in savings account. And you know what savings account pays you.
Yeah, yeah. Also want to understand that is it viable to have premium service for everyone?
Well, it's digital world. In a physical world, it's impossible. But in the digital world, the kitchen is the same, and you can offer it to people at every segment. That doesn't make it any less premium.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And again, I want to understand is that this focus on technology, and I have to bring in, I'm coming from Bangalore startup world, is AI. Like, I again have to tell you that you're thinking so tech first. Do you think an app can be an alternative for people to choose a bank? Just because of an app, I'll switch my bank.
No, I really believe it is getting there. Because, you know, anybody who's been in the GFF for the last three days, they know the power of the app, because almost every fintech is launching everything in the app. Secondly, now the smartphone, I do agree, is like maybe 600 million, but then it's only a matter of time it's going to touch 1 billion people. Let's call it maybe 5 years. So anybody and everybody would have an app, have a smartphone. If you have the smartphone, this thing will work. So I really meant it. For example, a farmer who's keeping, say, 6,000 rupees with us, not paying any AMB, monthly balance charges, and have everything free from, you know, IMPS to RTGS to cash deposit, cash withdrawal, ATM, name it, everything is free. Let me just say that we are assisting you in investing with high quality research for free, except what we get from the mutual fund company as a normal trail income. And more importantly, with a fantastic journey where they can conclude online. I really believe it is taking the solutions to the bottom of the pyramid and makes it premium in the sense it's all solutions.
You know, Mr. Vaidyanathan, I again have to say this, and I'm going on record to say this. Not that, you know, I've got to know him today, I'm meeting him in person. I'm from Bihar, Mr. Vaidyanathan, and for me, I remember my mother, how much she had to run around to get a loan, and the treatment that was given when you came from a certain background and not. Today, when you do something like this, I know that you're creating a very, when we talk about equal India, Atmanirbhar India, also women and finance and money, which is distant, you're bringing all that together. To me, that's bringing a lot of genuine compassion. Of course, there is scale, there is money, and you're very profitable, to banking, to finance, to money. I want to understand from you that what is, you know, and again, this is for the whole financial ecosystem in our country. We are at GFF. What is the purpose? And I want to pick from that purpose that has been driving you.
See, let me just say that, you know, I've lived in, frankly, the place I lived, 90% of this room may not even have heard of, okay? I lived in a place called Sonabeda, which is, you know, a bit far off from Orissa. Okay, do you know about it?
No.
See, look at it, that's Shraddha. She was living from Bihar and she didn't know Sonabeda. I lived there. I've lived in a place called Tezpur. I don't know if any of you have lived there or heard about it.
Yeah,
it's in the Far East. Okay, thank you for raising your hand. I'm feeling already so nice about that. I lived in a place called, you know, Pathankot, which is really somewhere in the north of India, which many or 99% of you wouldn't have gone there. I lived in a place called Jalandhar, which is, you know, Jalandhar, of course, everybody would know. I lived in a really small small town called Adampur, which is another 20 kilometers away. It's a suburb of Jalandhar. And I've lived in, I've studied in Bihar, by the way, in your hometown. I've studied BIT. So I've really been all over the place. I can just say that there are, let me say, 90% of India, or even not, if not 90, let me say, a substantial portion of India is still living hand to mouth.
Yeah.
And, I speak to people at all levels, and I can tell you, most people, they are living hand to mouth. Living hand to mouth, having a meager investment and saving, they really go, they pedal backwards all the time because of inflation. So I think to that extent, everything inspires us in day-to-day life. But I believe that to run a bank or to get an opportunity to, build a bank, influence a policy, influence, influence the ability to make an app like this, it's a privilege of our lifetime. So within our lifetime working job, we want to create something, and this is one of those creations.
I have a lot of respect for you. Like, I just want to say this, that this kind of thinking is when India will, people like you, when you make it happen, that's when India will actually become Viksit Bharat.
No, it's really not about me. To be honest, people look at people like Nandan.
Yeah.
Like, unbelievable what they're creating for people at a population scale through all that. Look at our Prime Minister. This morning he said that, this financial technologies is really not only for innovation, but is also a medium of social change. Just think of the thinking of the extraordinary leaders we have. So I think there's just so many people around. We are one part of the system. But I do believe that as a bank, we get a platform. I can tell you, everyone in the room will want to do something across the pyramid, 100 on 100. But I can say everybody didn't get a platform. So we are privileged, we have a platform. And within this lifetime, within this, opportunity available to us, we want to make something happen.
Mr. Vaidyanathan, my one question to you would be, again, from an entrepreneur's lens, fintech lens, if you have to look at the financial services and fintech, what do you think all of us should be thinking in the next 2-3 years as we build businesses, as we think about banking solutions?
See, first of all, we need to move away from information passe. It's just so old world, it's like 1990s. Giving a statement of account. So moving from information to insights, to advice, to solutions. This is super important, and when we go up the scale, then banking becomes relevant for everyone. Now, this was not possible in the physical world, but with the digital world, with hyper-personalization, with data, with machine learning, with phenomenal journeys, with hyper-personalization, with a phenomenal tech stack, whatever was not possible earlier, despite best intentions, can now be made happen with a good technology stack or a modern technology stack and the personalization.
And I'm going to ask you one personal question. Is that you, from a very low income and poor to whatever, you've made so much of money. If you had to tell all of us one way that we could make money, like how much you have, like that kind of money. Give us very practical solution and insight-based answer.
Oh my God, this is like crazy. No, let me just say that I take my role very seriously, and I play steady. I play straight. Most people, thousands of people who know me would say that. I play very straight, and I'm very disciplined, I'd say. So I believe that every day is an opportunity. I'm so excited about life that I get up early. If I wake up at 5, I can't sleep a minute more. So every day is exciting for me, and that's probably a way of keeping it something that must be adding to success.
Yeah. And last, because today you have launched premium banking for India, for everyone in India, for the common man masses. What, in your mind, would the definition, what should we expect from you, and what, in your mind, would be premium banking 2 years down the line?
See, premium banking, I'll take a picture from here, it'll be useful for us. The premium banking, when we say for all, we discuss that because we need solutions. Like we said, that to give high quality research on a platter for free across the pyramid is content. And apart from content, we talked about experience layer. We wanted to be fantastic. We wanted to we wanted to be highly responsive. We want aesthetic design. We've hired designers like Saurav Sarkar in this room who are like phenomenal people. So we've so that is important. But as you take it forward to your question, it's a great question by the way. Generative AI will play a huge role. Generative AI, now it's end of the day, it's a menu-based app. So you press the button for investment, within that you say mutual fund, within that you say select the best fund, you press the button and you invest. Future, you will not do this, to your question. You will actually say, hey, can I please, how much money do I have in my account? Oh, okay, 20,000 rupees or 50,000 rupees. So can I invest 20,000 out of that? Yes, you can. So can you select the best one for me and invest it for me? Yeah, here it is. Or can I send $100 or 100 rupees to my brother? Yeah, yes, I was sure. So basically it's become conversational and that's where it's taking you.
Okay, and last before we go, I always feel fintech has made India proud globally. What does it mean, Mr. Vaidyanathan, and what should it all mean to us in the financial services space to be building in India right now before we...
To be building?
To be building businesses, to be working in this space. What should be a North Star now?
What a North Star? I'd say two things actually. I hope everybody here will agree that one crazy moment is coming in the history of this country, never experienced before. India is going to be rocking. You people may not imagine what a $35 trillion economy looks like. It's 10 times, which means that 90% of India is yet to be built. 90% of India is yet to be built in the next 20 years. What are we saying? Only 10%. That's one big thing. Second big thing that is, coming up in this pace, in this theme, is to be, strive as a nation, as individuals, as fintechs, to earn people's respect and to believe that every penny coming to our pocket should genuinely belong to us. And, and keeping, when we say, is very important because we should feel that every penny coming to our pocket, if it's not clean, our body is not clean, our pockets are not clean, our children are not clean. If you come with that philosophy, then I think customers will be happy and we can also take advantage of the Indian opportunity coming up.
Yeah, and that is this new India. That is the India we're living in. So thank you so much, and I would say, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause to Mr. Vaidyanathan. And I'm saying you are self-effacing, but very proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So much.
No, thank you, Shraddha. By the way, you did a great job. Just for the benefit, I haven't met Shraddha before today.
Yes.
And we're meeting live on the stage.
Yes.
That's like crazy, by the way. But you did a great job without knowing, without knowing each other. And to really, this is a packed audience. I very sincerely want to thank all of you for coming here and being with us, and for everybody at NPCI and Payment Council of India, and for GFF of 24 for bringing this piece together for us. It was really a pleasure, and to see this full audience, honestly, very big thank you, and all of us.